About the same power.
We're done.
There's a guy whose dad didn't play catch with him when he was a kid. It's just two guys that their dad never played catch with them when they were kids. Okay, you caught that. Okay, they're doing better. Just there's two mistakes right in a row. I made an incorrect. Never mind. I was going to say I made an incorrect assumption, but no, I didn't. Sorry. You guys can't see what's going on behind you.
Hello, everyone.
So they call a meeting with Santa, and my check jumps over 1,000.
Cool. That's great.
Just because Santa said there's going to be a meeting, so
Yep.
everybody must have heard it and got on.
Yep.
Hey everybody, day 15. We are doing our evening meeting here. And
We're about to get started with our evening meeting. So you call the evening, Santa, you call the evening meeting now that the food is here, so now we have to wait a little bit longer for the food.
Well, this is only going to take about an hour.
Oh my goodness.
oh
Better
man,
check
solar
my,
flare right in your camera.
I better check my
Sunlight.
charger if I got enough power for
For the hour meeting. It's going to be at least that, I'm telling you.
I have more than enough.
Freedom!
And then,
Yeah! Freedom! Yeah! Woo! Freedom! Freedom! Woo!
every now and then this guy will go less than a half an hour. I mean, less than an hour, but I don't know, not tonight.
Say
I
freedom!
won't
Say
take too
freedom!
At least maybe an hour's worth of time.
I got plenty of power.
All right, doing my best. I don't really have
Phone power.
a way to go on the other side right now.
Good, how are
I'm
you doing
sorry
today?
I've been gone after I
have a
got
good
back from the
day?
permitting process. Sorry I've been gone, but
Awesome.
Miss Sarah, she broke the blind in the trailer,
Get some
so
things
I had to
accomplished.
spend all day untangling everything and
Get some things accomplished.
restringing the blind.
Blame everything on Mom. There's Mom over there giving her all. Let's blame
If
her
it
on
wasn't
Mom.
for my immense patience, I wouldn't have got that job done. And you guys all know about my immense patience.
It doesn't exist, and Pops was working on the blind the entire afternoon.
Oh,
I looked out there at him. I
Thumbs
was
out.
reading. I looked up at him, and he's out there sitting there, and he's so patient. I'm like, God, please give me that kind of patience. I don't want to do that though, because when you pray for patience, what it takes to learn patience, because you have to learn patience. It is not a pleasant journey. I'm trying to learn that on my own. So I woke up this morning. I didn't share this morning, but when I was praying this morning with our group, whoever wants to pray with us, somebody goes, let's pray. It's not like we have a special group that gets together and pray. I didn't want to make it sound, but anyway, we had a small group together, and somebody said, let's pray. So I started praying, and it just came to me as after the morning meeting. But this morning, as soon as I opened my eyes, yesterday was a very hard day. Let me explain this first. Let me back up. Oh, thank you. See why I love these people?
Yay!
Yesterday was a very hard day for me. When I came back here last night, I'm sorry about karaoke last night. I was physically, spiritually, and mentally wasted. I had no more to give last night except for that crazy Proud of Your Boy song and that Merle Haggard song I was singing. And this is why. I don't break the law. I just don't do it. When there's construction coming up and they've got one lane closed, you know how truckers will sometimes stay in that lane that's getting ready to close to block traffic off to speed the process. I've never done that. I don't do it. Why? Because it's illegal. So what I done on the 4th totally went against everything I am. But it had to be done. Or at least I felt it had to be done. Thankfully, it only had to be done once. Because it achieved all the desired effects that I had. Number one, it shows that we're not afraid, and we're not, to be civilly disobedient, or to practice civil disobedience. I have told them that I don't plan on practicing any more civil disobedience whatsoever, unless we're harassed, or they push us, or they try to take away our right to peacefully protest our government and redress our grievances in this manner. Don't want to do it ever again, but make no mistake, I will. Not only I, but everybody that's here. We're proven we'll do that. So that it takes a lot out of me when that happens. So this morning, I get as soon as my eyes opened up, the enemy was in my ear. What are you doing here? Or why are you here? That's what I heard. Just that little thought, why are you here? And I came back with, because you're here. That's why I'm here. And I will be here until your presence. He's always going to be somewhere in the background doing what he does, but I will be here fighting evil until I can't fight evil anymore. So make no mistake, we are fighting evil.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
We finally got the how you doing? We finally got the permits turned in. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. If the DMV in the state of Ohio, or Kentucky, or Indiana, 3 states that I've lived in, was as kind and courteous and willing to work with me as the permitting office over here was, it would have been awesome. It was unbelievable, guys. The young man came out. They're doing all their meetings out on their front porch for some reason. But he come out and he was as congenial and helpful as anybody I've ever worked with in my life. He represented the parks unbelievably. We told him, he said, we've got a group coming in over there on the 29th. So on the 29th, we have to put everything away. We don't want any kind of disturbance or any kind of, because they're going to actually be doing something. So that day, we're just going to go sightseeing. So we're going to honor that. I told them, I said, we won't interfere with them whatsoever. They've got it for 1 day. So for 1 day, we're going to get on the buses. We're going to go have fun and CDC. So
You meant to say the scooters, right?
no, I did not mean to say this. I said the buses on purpose.
I'm only getting on a scooter if I have a crash.
Because the scooters cost about as much as an Uber, and a bus costs $1 per ride.
I vote scooter.
I will say we have some seniors here. I won't mention any names, but I am not one of them. I am firmly holding on to that. I am not a senior citizen yet. So anyway,
Big 3-letter word.
Wow.
so he told us there's another panel up further up that we could get, and it wouldn't interrupt our protest in any way. We will probably be, well, anyway, we may, I don't know. I told Rose, this feels like home. So he told us if we go up there and you go up there and look at it and see that it was, if it would meet our needs. Well, Rose and I pulled out and started out, and all of a sudden, him and another guy pulls up beside us in a car and says, we want to go with you. And so we pulled in behind them, and they led us up and back around, and there was no parking here for us. So we gave the vehicle to somebody else and jumped in the vehicle. He said, just jump in our vehicle. And he took us all over, explaining everything in great detail. I'm humbled by that kind of service from a federal agency, and I was really impressed with him. And the lady that we met when we went back over there she was a little more. You could tell she was maybe a little higher up in the decision-making process, and but she was still as friendly and kind, maybe a little more authoritative, and that's fine. I have no problem with that because I understand her job. I get it. I totally understand what she's doing. This entire mall area, that it used to be barren. It had been abused and not taken good care of. They have spent, from what I understand, billions of dollars has been spent, and it's been raised through private funding to completely restore the National Mall to this beautiful place that we have here now. They're very protective of the trees, and they taught me something I didn't know. But the reason they don't want us setting up next to the trees is because the root system will reach out to where the furthest branch does. It's the drip. The rain drips down from them and it feeds the root system. So that's one. They don't want that ground becoming impacted. And so they're very, again, I told her, I said, we want to protect it as much as you do. I promise you. I said, you can talk to your people that are walking around collecting trash and debris from off the ground. I saw a guy walk through here the other day with his little grabber. The only thing he got was out of the gutter. Every piece of trash, there was nothing here for him to do. We literally have cleaned the whole area, and we have it here sitting. We bag our own trash. We help the guy throw it in the back of the truck. I mean, we want to take care of this area as much as they do. One of the things that we got to remember is we can't stick anything in the ground out there in that grassy area because they have a multi-million-dollar irrigation system out there. And if you stick something into that, that's going to be a major repair. So let's make sure that we don't stick anything in the ground. I was also told that we can't have lawn chairs out on the lawn itself. You can sit out there on blankets and things of that nature. But if you're in lawn chairs, they want you in the gravel areas so that it doesn't. And one of the things that we got to try to do is try to move around. We don't want to beat down the grass in that area. So we have applied for the permit. They have agreed that we can bring in the stage that we've been using in Bunker Hill. We've applied for this area right out here at the end. That gravel area will be ours, and all of this area of the lawn will be ours. But again, we can't use that lawn like a staging area, but we can use it. What we've got is basically, what did they call that?
Vigil.
A vigil.
Site.
It's a vigil site. Vigil sites are 15 feet from the grass out into the gravel area. It's mostly used for people that are here, for long periods of time, passing out pamphlets, religious groups, things of that nature. Kind of the same thing we're doing, but we can't erect a tent or anything that stretches over 15 feet from the grass out into the gravel area. So the trailer will be fine for that. One of the things that is still a concern to me is I told him, I said, my mission has changed quite a bit. We have been activists up till now, and we still have an activist role to play, but we also are now here to redress our grievances to the federal government, which is taking on more of a legislative role. Today, you guys went up there. How was that? Somebody tell me about today.
The only problem was First Lady of Ukraine was in town. They kept the parade.
Okay, so they had the barriers up.
Barriers up, and just had to go around the barriers.
Okay, yeah. We had the same thing. They had a fallen, or a former, or that's right. They had a Medal of Honor winner laying in state there one day, and so they had that all blocked off until his funeral procession left. So it's handed out a lot of brochures. I'm telling you guys, is it not awesome up there? I'm telling you. Did you see any representatives that you recognized?
There was somebody talking, but they wouldn't let us close enough to it.
Oh, okay. our representatives walk right through there, and politely say, hey, can I talk to you for a minute, especially if you recognize them as being your representative. Oh yeah. So anyway, that's going to be a powerful thing for us. Can you imagine if we start taking 100, 150, 200 people up there every day with our signs and things of that nature? So it's going to be, this is what we're going to be doing from here on out. That's what I want to do. I don't want to go back into civil disobedience, but herein lies the rub. They don't want our big trucks down here. The parks permitting doesn't handle that. That is handled by Parks Police. They all work together. They're all part of the same unit, but they have different areas that they authorize things. So the parking, of course, we'll still pay parking meters, but one of the things she asked was, what does big trucks have to do with your movement? And I said, we would have big trucks here now if they hadn't have been run off. I'm asking for them to be brought back. And I just, kindly told her that they are coming back, because they are a part of our movement, and they will be here. That will be, again, an act of civil disobedience, which I don't want to do, but I will if they don't give us and they're big trucks. I've got video of big trucks right here.
Yeah.
Remember
right
that she
here.
said she does approve a certain group that
Yeah.
comes in, and she has for years.
Yep.
And when I asked her, then it is possible, she
So if
kind of
they-
said, well, yeah.
Yep. And then she said, well, sometimes, well, we work on that for like 3 or 4 months before they get up. Well, I'm sorry. I was coming down here with or without your blessing. They reached out to me to be permitted. I still firmly believe that we don't have to be, we don't have to have permission to set up in our nation's capital to protest our government. And I will take that all the way to the Supreme Court. I will not. I'm sorry.
So the law.
It's,
They're pretty much forcing you to
Well,
pay them
when
to
I
exercise
say
your
that,
right.
when I say I will, I mean the movement. We'll take it on, every one of us.
Yeah.
Well, all us hillbillies will run right straight up into the Supreme Court. That will be a court session that will
Say
need to be
that.
televised. I'm just saying.
Say that.
Yeah. So we're the
He's
DC. We're the
kidding.
DC
He's
hillbillies.
just
They just dawned on me. We're not the Beverly hillbillies, and everybody here is not a hillbilly. I know that, but you've been hanging out with one, and pretty soon you will be. I am going down in the Hillbilly Hall of Fame. I am going to recruit so many hillbillies during this process. Hey guys!
Santa, please clarify that you don't plan on rushing into the Supreme Court like J6, please.
That is true that we have to clarify. No, I'm not going to rush into the Supreme Court.
No, take it up to the Supreme Court.
Well, we'll take it all the way to the
Yeah.
Supreme Court. So, and it's time. Again, enough's enough, guys. Enough is enough. This can't continue on. I understand the need for them to know what we're going to do. I get that, because if they think we're rolling in here, there was a flyer put out about a slow roll into DC and had our address on it, and they were going to park them on Constitution Avenue. That was never us. We were never going to go to Constitution Avenue and park on Constitution Avenue. One of the officers reached out to me today and said, this is troubling. And I said, this ain't us. It was never. Just because it had our address as a staging area. I'm talking to that individual right now, and that's not us. Never has been us. So, I understand, because if they don't know what's going on, then they may over-prepare for what they think we're going to do. They always prepare for the worst, just like I do. So I understand the idea of all of that, but we have to, and I don't care to alleviate their fears. But the thing about it is, you got to understand, it's a litigious world, and they can't just take my word. You guys can, because you've been with me for how long? You know that I'm a man of my word. So you guys trust me, but they don't know me like you know me. They haven't sweated with me. They haven't ate with me for 4 months. They haven't frozen nearly to death with me. So they don't understand that. But I think they're starting to get it. I really do. I think they're starting to get the fact that I'm not here for any kind of violence. I'm not here for, if I was here for violence, that first morning we'd have been rocking in the streets. We'd have got our butts kicked, but we'd have been rocking in the streets. That's not who we are. It's not what we're about. So, you know, some of us would have got our butts kicked. I don't know if you guys know it or not. But anyway, we're not doing in Ottawa. That's, you know, that's not what we're going to do unless they push us. I'm just going to tell you flat out. I'm not going to be messed with. I'm not going to be played with. I'm not going to be trifled with. I am here on the most serious political mission that we've had, and I don't know when. And you guys are all here. There are others coming. I've asked them for truck parking down that side of the mall and up this side of the mall. Whether they approve that or not, we'll see. I hope they do.
Do you have an ETA on when you'll hear back? Do they say?
I told the guy that, you know, I know this is short notice, and he said, no, they can turn around pretty quick. I said, okay, that made me feel a little bit better. Because I've been telling the groups that are coming in that we may not have a permit. Every one of them are like, okay. So they're ready to go.
You know, just parked on a half a block to a block is not inconveniencing too many of the regular people around here in the tourists. But to have, you know, more and more streets, especially on that side, it would inconvenience a lot of construction workers. So I just, you know, I could see how that could be a potential problem in the future of altercations from those type of people that kind of get irritated. We're taking their spot.
Exactly, and I that's why I didn't want to go down there too, is because down there, this museum is closed. Now, if this museum was open, that would be really a big problem in my opinion. This one right here, I'm not seeing a lot of traffic go in.
They go in on the
It's mostly in the
Okay.
These doors are exit only.
Okay.
All three sides are all closed.
Okay, okay, so that's why I'm not seeing it. So I felt like we set up in the right area because that was closed and this was
It's only an exit over.
okay, so that explains that. But you go down that way, you got the Smithsonian Castle, I believe they call it, on the left, and you got the
Natural
Smith,
history,
yeah, all that's down there, and that is a high. Honestly, that's where we need to be. That's where the tourists are. They're coming in there like droves. Look where the food trucks are. Where the food trucks are is where the people are. So we have chosen an area kind of out of the way because our mission is different. We want to be able to have access to Congress so that we can go up there and stage our, you know, stage around and talk to our plus I just don't want to walk that extra block and a half. So
Okay, I'll wait you there.
I might scooter up there from now on.
Hey, let's go.
No, I'm not. Probably not. I don't know. I might. If I try to find out I can ride one of them without wiping out, looking like an idiot. Which is, I ain't riding a bike that ain't got a motor on it that rumbles.
Might be a slow one.
It's slow. Exactly.
see him on a hoverboard.
I thought you wasn't doing any more slow
Oh,
rolls.
I'm ready.
I wanted to see him on a
Rose and I are
hoverboard.
doing the scooters.
Are
I'm
ya?
sorry, but the girls are taking the scooters.
Bikes that I'm talking about, they actually have electric boost to it, so with the slightest little pedal.
Yeah, he was jamming last night. I was like, wow.
You don't even have to pedal.
So
Wow,
it
that's-
did this.
The scooter does. David, the scooter does.
Bikes do
the buck.
Got throttle.
Sadly, if you do
So-
this, it'll just ring a bell.
Oh. If I don't have to wear leathers riding it, I just don't ride it.
I can bring you a set if you want.
Oh, I've got a set.
Make
Trust
sure you
me.
have pants on.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So anyway, We're just kind of waiting and seeing. And like there was something else I was going to say. Does that cover everything about the permitting?
No, not even close, but it's a big if. They like the one gentleman said, you know.
So we're going to wait on. We'll pull that all together and then announce it. Yeah.
So do they email you back? Do they call you
I
back?
don't know. I've been checking my email ever since I left because I just figured it'd be done because I'm a big deal around here. I don't know if you know that or not, or if anybody's told you that.
I'm sure they'll be emailing you with
Vendor
questions.
permit, was that included in that?
Like, did you put in?
Did we put in a vendor permit?
No, I think you decided against it.
There's no way of knowing.
What I done was I had a larger plan in place, but because we need it, because there's going to be an influx of people this weekend, I boiled it down to the 8th of August instead of going the full 4 months that I wanted to go. I didn't want to because it's so quick. What we're going to do is now start as soon as they approve that one, or if they don't approve it, no matter what. But if they approve that one, then I'm going to start working on a longer plan with, it'll obviously be less people, especially after the 6th of next month. With them being gone for 3 weeks, we're not going to need to have that big footprint here, but we need to keep a footprint here. And we have a plan. We're working on something for that, at least one of those weeks during that period of time that I'm really excited about, that she thought of, that I'm taking credit for, because that's what I do. I don't give credit to her.
Are you pointing at me?
Yeah, I'm pointing at you. I'm not going to give
What did I
her
do this
credit.
time?
I'm not going to give her credit for this grand idea. Well, it was kind of my idea,
Oh, whatever.
but you brought it back up, I think, what it was. Wasn't it? Was that what it was?
Sure, that's what it was. Whatever you want, dear.
Yeah, so anyway. But man, I love you guys. You guys are so much fun to be with. So we're not supposed to have chairs out there.
Hi, Gracie. Blankets, rotation, not in the same area.
Over here, we're fine. Yeah, exactly. So what we can do is,
Hi, David. Thank you.
they didn't say anything about that.
I'm learning.
I don't know anything about that. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to go over there and sit. But we need a presence over here to pass out pamphlets and stuff. And I'm going to tell you guys, there's just as many people walking down that side of the street as there are on this side of the street. So we need a presence on both
Actually, more
sides.
professionals on that side, I know.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd like to say something about that if I could.
Yeah.
This is a select few people that stick around here during the day to help hand out flyers, and we cannot cover both sides of the street.
Okay.
So maybe get people that said doing their sightseeing, stick around and help us hand out flyers. We can't cover all
Don't forget the
four
reason you're here. Don't forget the reason you're here.
One day, I know that to be true. One day, I was literally running from this side, hitting
I'd
one or
chase
two
them over here
groups.
and I'd go there.
Then I'd literally run across the street, hit one or two groups over there, come back, one group, back, the other group. Oh, I was dying the next day.
That's the point right now. We got constitutions. But just real quick, we received 500 more constitutions from the Chinese American Church.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Let's not hand them out just because we feel like we got to hand something out to anybody, because they're
Right.
about 40 to 50 cents each.
Right. So let's
So hand them
start
out
off
to
with a
people
flyer.
that are interested in.
Right.
We
So
should
hand-
have more
start off with a
trifolds. Are they
flyer.
here?
If that invokes a conversation, you hand out the
Praise God.
flyer. If that invokes a conversation and you see they're interested in it, ask them, have you read the Constitution? Do you have a copy of the Constitution? If they say no, then give them the Constitution. Okay, does that sound like a better plan? Yeah, let's not just be handing them out willy-nilly, because they do cost 50 cents a piece. Around that. All right, so let's do it that way. Let me reiterate one more time. The flyer, starts a conversation. If it starts a conversation in the individual,
There's a box of trifolds.
okay. If the flyer, if the trifold starts a conversation, have you read the Constitution? Do you have a Constitution? If the answer is yes, I've read it. No, I don't have one. Would you like a Constitution? They may say no, I'll be, that's fine. But if they say yeah, I'd like to have one, then you definitely give that to them. I think that's a
Because we could pass out 500 in a
day.
day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We gotta make them laugh. They don't,
Yeah. Well, let's make sure they get into the right
we got
hand.
another order already.
You know.
I like to focus on the families, the kids, get the parents will take one for the both their
For
children.
the whole family. Yeah, don't give each kid one.
Right.
The whole family.
I saw, I believe it was Rose give a guy a flag today, or yesterday maybe. Who gave that little kid a flag on the bicycle?
She gives
Was it you? Okay. I saw somebody.
little kids little flags.
I love that.
Yeah.
Guy came through here. He gave us a thumbs up. Was it you that chased him down and gave him a flag for his daughter on her bicycle? I love that. You know. So if we can get some more of them little flags in here. I don't know how many we got, but that's powerful to me.
So we've given out over 1,000 constitutions and probably around 2,000 flyers.
Wow.
Stephen said we've given out 2,000 flyers and about 1,000 constitutions since we've been here.
You got a whole stack of flyers that also needs to be folded if anybody wants to help chip in with
Okay.
that.
Cool beans. So anyway, that wraps up tonight. Is Tony not around?
That's the air that he was on the phone earlier.
He's probably.
He was on the phone earlier.
Tony, got your book?
Woohoo!
People are asking about first responder Joe. Is he first
I don't know
responder?
where he's at today.
I thought he had to leave,
Thank you
but they were
for-
saying that he wasn't feeling well.
Oh, he's not.
hmm
I haven't talked to him.
Do you know anything?
I'll text
Okay.
out to him a little bit here. I
Okay.
didn't know. I know
Santa
I've been
will
gone
reach
all day
out.
too, so I didn't.
And see how Joe is
Have you
doing.
figured out about those signs and making more of those?
Actually, I have talked to David. We're going to go down to Lowe's or somewhere and buy a panel of that and cut it ourselves and let him do the lettering on it for us and get some stakes. I want it to represent what we're seeing. I'm trying to come up with like a 5 or 6 sign sentence, like the old Burma Shave commercials when you drove down the road, that will actually explain at least something about why that we're not a constitutional republic and the reason why. So that's why that's what we need. We need signs on this side of the road. We need signs on that side of the road as well. If we can put more of them on our cars and stuff while we're sitting here, because I've had a lot of people say, and what we want to do is create an interaction between us and somebody else. That is the conversation we're trying to start here. But we probably need a little bit more lure to bring them in. So
I've got poster board, about 8 sheets.
I would like to
behind
stay.
my back seat.
I'd like to
and
stay
a
away
box
from
of
poster board. I like these right here. Poster board is
I'm talking about for the cars.
okay.
And I've got 2
We would
rolls
love
of
to
the
have little
wide
flags that we could
blue
hand out to the
M3
kids.
tape. So
Buy
you
'em
can tape it
inside
to the
window.
side of your
Okay,
car.
okay. If we can get David to make the actual professional lettering to go on, I want everything to be more professional. That's why I like these signs here. They held up in the weather well. They look good.
Yep.
So those 2 right there are perfect messages. Those 2 right there. I don't know where those came from.
So someone told me that, I think it was Spider or you told me that someone didn't know what we were about until he arrived to that
Oh, okay.
sign. He liked all the flags and everything
Yeah.
and saw that we were up to something, but it
Yeah.
wasn't until he got to here.
Right.
So if people miss that, they don't really know what we're all
Yeah.
about.
If we can get some more of them made up for the other side and 2 or 3 places down through here.
I think she did.
Did she make those?
Yeah,
I
Polish
think so.
Agnes did those.
Okay, oh, so those were already, we already had those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought those were new. I hadn't seen those.
Yeah, I think she brought
No,
them
I brought
a couple of weeks ago.
Then,
Okay.
yeah.
The first rally, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, You're my Lowe's guy, my Home Depot guy. I gave him $100 and told him to build me a flag thing for the back of my truck. It came to $99.55.
And I did give him a 45-cent change.
Yeah, he said, "You want the 40?" I said, "No, you keep that, man. That's it." He offered it back. But if you can, you can't get your truck out though, can you? So somebody with a truck can take him to Lowe's, or somebody wants to go to Lowe's or Home Depot and find us that material. We can get it cut, and we need some wood. What do you call them things?
Your sign guy is the one you probably should be talking to.
Sign guy. If you look at how those are made, it's a wing nut with a bolt. And
You can buy those sticks like that,
can you?
already pre-made,
Okay.
and then just get the bolts.
Okay. I know we got people here that know how to do stuff like that. You know, we've got everything we need right here. So I think we're Indiana Bob has made up. How many do you say?
I think you can get a rack of those sticks, 20 of them for like $30 at Lowe's.
Okay.
They're basically mortar stakes.
Okay.
Forms.
Indiana Bob, how many flagpoles did he make up today?
Indiana Bob.
How many flags did you make the other day? Flagpoles? Flags? 15? I got like 40 flags in my truck now. Okay, so we need some more of that PVC pipe because he's got 40 more flags. So when other people come in, we'll have flagpoles for everybody. Holy cow! First responders sick. Somebody just asked me about it.
Crystal is sick. I got a sore throat that's killing me.
Stay away from me.
Right. So I mean, I'll read this thing. I started coughing.
Don't go with him. Just go take it easy. You don't have to.
Thank you, Boomer 8.
What I need you to do, honestly, and this is the truth, I need to go get a COVID-19 test because now that everybody's seen that on live stream, it's going to go everywhere that we've got COVID-19. So if you don't care, go get a COVID-19 test so we can put that.
Where do I get one?
I have no idea, but there's got to be someplace in DC that does it.
It's COVID-19 near me, because I understand.
Exactly. Joe, or Sam, or Bill, whatever his name is that I choose for him that day. If Ireton's not here, Justin's not here right now, so right now it's me and Tom.
Porta potties will be included with the
the
permit
media.
when we get that approved.
I don't mind you talking to the media, but let me talk to them first. Let me give the message we need or Tom or Justin. I don't mind for you guys talking to the media, but we have to keep our message on point. Those three that I mentioned, keep that message on point. If they want to talk to you about why you're here personally, give them all that. I have no problem with that, but the message needs to come from me, Tom, or Justin.
We need to ensure that one of you guys are here at all times, so that if they do come up, then we got somebody.
Absolutely. One of us should be here.
Said CVS gives out COVID tests.
All right, so somebody reach out to him and let him know that CVS is where it needs to be. And if you feel sick, guys, don't come around us. This has been the rule forever. So if you're feeling sick, you know, we've got a place at Bunker Hill where you can, you know, keep yourself away from everybody else. The last thing we want is everybody right in the middle of this getting sick. I don't care what it is. I'm not afraid of COVID, but I don't want to get it. And I'm not afraid of the flu, but I don't want to get it. I'm not afraid of athlete's feet, but I don't want to get that either. All right? So I don't want to get anything. I want to be healthy. So stay away. It's not like a job that you have to be there, you know. So please, just be sensible about it. That should be the rule of common practice. Stay away.
Can we do prayer and pledge?
Yep, we can do prayer and pledge, and then we'll do our dinner. All right. So, won't you lead us in prayer, Tom?
Okay. Father, thank you for this time. Thank you for the day we had. Thank you for the food that we're going to eat. Thank you for what you're doing with this movement. Thank you for all the people that are coming for the movement. Pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Got a flag over there. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Also, real quick, there has not been one documented case of COVID being spread outdoors.
Right.
That's a high pollen count.
One documented case. What's that?
High pollen count.
It's probably not. But because I know these trolls.
That's right, they're gonna go crazy.
So let's just get it cleared up right now.
Santa, do we have
I hope y'all enjoyed the meeting. I thought I had to I set y'all up to watch the meeting and I walked away. I had some things I had to take care of. Sorry about that.
We might need to order a few extras because of anything.
But I hope y'all enjoyed the meeting. Now I'm going to shut this down because I got to get ready. And I will catch y'all later.
Whew, turned out to be a nice evening. We're gonna have dinner right now. Oh yeah. Bring on the trolls. Alright. Have a wonderful evening, guys. I might hop on later on after dinner. Maybe for karaoke. Dinner is roast over a bed of rice with sweet corn on the cob. You're fine. Alright. Talk to you later. Thanks for all you guys do. Appreciate all the support. Alright, I'll catch y'all in a bit.